Arthur,
What's going
how are
on,
you today?
guys? Welcome back to another Game Face Monday. I'm so excited to be back with our host Richie Bello. Richie, what's going on?
Nothing, man. How are you today? How's everything going? By the way,
Oh,
happy Labor Day.
oh, happy Labor Day, Richie.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you today?
I'm great. It's been a while since we've been on since we've done a Game Face Monday. We wanted to come on today, go live. It's Labor Day. We've been working, and the one thing that I noticed that we're working on, and we got the shop smart going on, and I was just wondering, like I've seen you working, and I know that we just got approved as a minority company, Richie, and I don't really know as far as what that means. Could go into a little bit and speak about like being a minority company and what that means and how
Well,
you
I
went
don't. I
about doing
really,
that.
you know what? It's good. It's good to have that. I know, but I really was not involved with it. Our team was.
Right.
I really didn't. Really, I know it's good. I mean, there's a lot of government assistance. There's a lot of government funding, and you know what? I always wanted to be a minority because I'm Cuban.
Uh huh.
So, and I because I want to hire a lot of minorities. I want to put them to work, and I don't feel that they get the opportunity sometimes. So, being a minority company, I can help them. I can probably get something for them more and more. You know what I mean? I want to help the minority, my own race. I'm Cuban. So, to me, that's important, and
No,
that's always
absolutely.
been important to me. Oh, by the way, Arthur, Look Smart. 6 years ago, when we started going to Arizona, Look Smart is a minority company too. We made that a minority company, and they did it. I really don't know the process of doing it,
Right.
how it is, but I know the team did a really, really good job with it. And that's me in paperwork, right? I'm not really good at the
Right.
following
Right.
stuff like that. That's not what I do, you know.
Right, I hear you. I hear you, Richie. But it's good to have, to be part of a minority company. Now, Richie, I got to, when we do the game face, you got the pool behind you. I see you got this set up behind you,
Oh
Richie.
yeah,
Where you at? Where are you?
I
Are
went
you
back to old
Florida?
school.
You're
No,
back
I
in
went back.
Florida?
No, I went back to old school. I came out to see my parents because of the holiday because I'm going to be headed back to Florida. Uh,
Okay.
so I'm going to be in the Miami area this
Okay.
time around, not the Orlando. So I'm headed back out. So I came to visit my parents because it's the weekend, right? So the
Right.
Labor Day I took off, and and I'm just enjoying it here, and I'm having a nice
Where's
time. Oh, this is
where's
in New Jersey in the Guttenberg
okay.
area. Yeah,
Okay.
and thing is that I grew up here. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of friends here. You
Right.
know, so so that's it, man. And Arthur, one of the reasons that I'm doing this live with vaccine, right? Let me tell you something. At the beginning, we had the election, right?
All right.
that that election, right? So everybody, and I understand it's politics. They used it for political, whatever it was, right? But let me tell you something. Let's just pass the politics. I've never seen a country this divided in my life. Okay,
Wow.
let's
It's
forget
getting,
about politics. Just let
getting a
me speak
little
a minute.
right.
Let me speak a minute, Arthur. Let's forget about politics for a minute, and let's concentrate on the data a minute. There's 55 or 56% that's been vaccinated, I believe. It's its first dosage or whatever it is, something like that. But let's look at something that's really important. The survival rate is much better than it was when COVID started. So I had a friend, COVID is really, it's getting used to it. I says, no, the vaccinated people, right, are overcoming it. So instead of that 1%, you're right around 0.7. So let's
Right.
use a little bit of that knowledge. Okay. Now let's use something. Let's get the country together. I understand that maybe this guy is not the right president, but it's too late. It doesn't matter. You got to go ahead. Every 4 years, the beautiful about our founding fathers is that every 4 years, you put somebody else in office. With time, this guy's going to go away. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right,
doesn't matter. Oh, with time, he's going to stay. Who knows, right?
right,
Listen to me. That's all that matters. You know, it's like, it's just let's get together and let's do the economy thing. The other thing I'm taking the shot, why I'm taking a shot on Tuesdays because of the economy. This is a direct hit on the economy, COVID. So if by everybody taking a shot, this thing's going to go away or you overcome it better, okay, let's just move on because you know what? Why are we fighting something that it is? And you know why I didn't do it at the beginning? Everybody told me, I had family members that told me, oh, you don't believe in science? No, I do believe in science. What I don't believe is in political science. Okay. That's
right,
what I don't believe in because they're all full of shit. Every single one of them is full of shit. Whether it's Republican, Democrat, or whoever, they're all full of shit. Okay.
right.
I don't believe in political science. So I needed the data to see how it worked. And you know, everything is showing why you should get it. Well, you should get it. I have a friend of mine that told me, Richie, what happens when you wake up 5 years from now and some stuff happens? Listen, what's meant to be is meant to be, you know? We all are born and we all gotta go, whatever it is. There's nobody getting alive out of earth, okay?
Right. Nobody's making out of this life alive 100%.
Exactly. So, you know, that's it. And that could help a lot of stuff. Let's bring the country together instead of all this fighting that's going on. And now the people that are not vaccinated,
Right.
they made a name for us, the unvaccinated. Okay. That's our name. I got a friend that lives in 55 and older
Yeah.
that they used to put, oh, go over there. Oh, you remember that you went to their house. Remember a good friend of mine
Oh, yeah,
that they
yeah,
used to drop me off?
yeah.
The pool area, it's like they have an area. I mean, do we really want that? Do we really want to be like the
I don't think I don't I
unvaccinated?
don't think
Do
and
we
I
really want to? It's getting crazy, right?
it is.
So
It's getting crazy.
it's too
It's
much
become like
fighting.
segregation.
Listen, it's too much fighting. And now I'm going to explain to you the Cuban thing, okay? In Cuba, right, there was a fight between Batista and Fidel,
Right.
okay? And that fighting went on. And guess what? That in between, that's where the Communist Party came in. Right there, in between. Boom. It's been there 60 years. If we're not united, we don't win. If we're like this, the like this, then there's an end. And that's what the socialists and the Communist Party are looking at. They're looking at the opportunity to go in. And that's the problem. There's people stirring up and stirring up out there. You look at TikTok, they're all stirring everything up. You know why they're stirring up? Because they know what could happen. That's how
Right.
you kill an infrastructure. So let's use our heads. Let's all forget about it. Listen, he's been a year already almost, right? 3 years left.
Right.
And after the second year, then the arena starts with the political, and they're very careful on what they do, okay? Because they want to get reelected,
Right.
okay? And this vaccine is a direct reflect on inventory. Why? Because if we get vaccinated, 90 or 100% of the people, right, we're in much better situation. Now, there's a theory out there that I also looked at, which is Israel. Israel has the highest vaccinated people and
Okay.
the highest COVID. That's real.
Highest vaccinated and highest COVID.
It's real simple. The vaccine helps you, but Delta is strong, so you got to get the boost. They haven't done the boost. So when you look at Israel,
Uh-huh.
the highest COVID, but the highest vaccine, Delta is taking it apart. The same thing that happened in India. That's going to go away. Delta is just a thing. It's going to go. It's not like COVID as bad, right? So that's all you got to think. And the inventory, let's talk about the inventory.
Right.
Let's try to get this all done, guys, so we can, now it's less and less. And now they don't need as many chips, right? Because the chips are going to that breathing thing that they have in the
Right. The
hospital.
ventilators
Watch.
and the inventory situation in these dealerships. I'm watching it and I'm seeing reports and I'm seeing articles how General Motors and Toyota have cut production.
But let me answer that after a minute.
Right,
The chip situation.
right.
Okay?
And we're not talking about
Let-
Lay's. We're not talking about Lay's
yeah,
chips.
but let me please give me a minute. The chip situation works like this. Okay, what is the problem? Why do they need the chips? Oh, they need the chips because of the ventilators, right? Okay, so the people that are vaccine and get COVID, it's like a common cold, 2 days or 3 days. Okay, now you don't need those ventilators, right? As much as we need them now, right? Now what happens is now it's going to really get back to business. We got to try, guys. I don't care about political. I don't really care about anything. Nothing really matters to me than the economy and business, okay? And if you look at all the data that I'm sharing, this getting it together will help the economy. So we got to stop talking about the negativity. This guy is hurting the economy. This guy is doing that. It's really a lot in our hands, okay? Let's try to think about something and let's try to get it done. When I see 61% of the people vaccinated,
Right.
okay, and not a lot of stir with the media, especially with the media, like, let's face it, there's no such thing as news anymore. There's no newscaster. For you to get news, you either got to go to British, okay,
BBC. Right.
BBC, BBC, or you got to spend 2.5 hours watching news. You got to go to Fox News, then you got to jump to CNN, and then you got to jump to MSNBC because it's opinions. It's not really reporting, right? It's more like celebrities, right? They have their opinion, and I don't want to say here what I really think about opinion, but please, there's no such thing as news. That ended.
Right.
When you put the journalists where it's okay for them to give their perspective,
it's no longer journalism.
It's no more journalism. There's no such thing in America as journalism. That's out the window.
Right.
That doesn't exist anymore. So if this vaccine would be bad, and that's what I do, is I watch Fox News and all these other newses that are like Republican geared. There's no conversation. Yeah, they try to say conversation, but I don't hear any deaths. I don't hear anything. Yeah, clogs with Johnson and Johnson. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? Guys, and COVID's been around a long time, by the way. This vaccine is years and years in the making. COVID's been around 50, 60 years. Just COVID-19 hasn't. Okay. So it's time to stop, and somebody told me, Richie, when they give you the shot, the chip is tracking you. Oh, really? Okay. First of all, let me address that. Do you know from taking a chip into making it into a liquid form, that process, then popping it into you where it's a trackable device is a whole different process. That takes 10, 15 years of testing. You're worried about a tracking device? Right here. Okay?
Right.
You're worried about another tracking device? Right here.
Right.
Okay? Right here's another tracking device. We live with tracking devices all over. You know what you got to do? Wrap it up with aluminum foil, every single one of them, and start doing it, okay?
Right.
That's what we're living in. So you guys are worried about a tracking device. You are living in a tracking device. You go and everything's bought with debits nowadays. Everything. There's no more cash. Okay. You go and click once a day. That click, that's it. You're getting tracked.
That's it.
Everywhere you go, you're getting tracked by this. So when you leave this in the car and you go into a store with this, now they're tracking this.
Right.
It's dashboards. Everything's trackable. It doesn't matter. Who cares if you're getting tracked? Let's say it's true, right? That's the situation that there is that people are saying. So I just did this live to really identify, let's let's use our brain that everybody has tremendous amount of brain today. People have so much knowledge today, Arthur. I go to different places and all that. People are very, very intelligent today. You know, and I can't believe how advanced we are, how we're thinking like this. I've never gone on live about politics. I've never
Right.
gone on live about any situation, but this is hurting the economy. This is hurting business. Business.
Correct.
Let's all get together as a group, as united we stand. I've never seen this. Every time there's an election, president gives the other president kuzo. There's always an exit strategy, just like any corporation. When you have a corporation, you're about in the middle of an acquisition, they take 4 or 5 years. You start preparing your team for that acquisition, for the exit strategy. I mean,
Right.
J.D. Powers did it, you know, with McGraw-Hill. It took a year to get the. I don't understand this. You got people fighting
Right.
about it. It's politics, Really, really, it doesn't matter what it is, who's there. It's only 4 years. It's only 4 years. It's like when you buy a car. It's only 4 years. Time flies.
Oh, it
You know,
does.
let's let's all get united as Americans. United we stand. Let's really think. Let's go back to time. That's why I'm here. 70s, right? This is stuff that
Right.
was in the 70s. Let's all go back to time because really, really, and let's follow through what America is about. Okay,
Right.
it's
And I
about
see this with this. It seems like now more than ever, it's like vaccinated versus unvaccinated, and it seems like
yeah,
it's starting to become like a segregation. And going back to the minority thing, me as a minority, I didn't live in a time where I know blacks versus whites and the water fountains and the establishments like that, but now it seems like they're pushing that agenda, with you can't go to certain venues and you can't go here if you're not vaccinated. It seems like it's like, we were like this, and then now we're like this because of the vaccine and everything else like that. It's crazy.
Arthur. When I saw at my friend's house, you dropped me off the other day.
Right.
Very close friends of mine, and Jeans. When I saw what they said, we're getting the unvaccinated. I'm not going to deal with that. Unvaccinated. What? What is that about? We're all Americans. What are you kidding me? That's somebody that came up with that. That's totally against our culture and our way of life.
Right.
Here's what it is. Let's go over rumors. Rumors are started
Right.
by who? Who starts rumors?
Is it the
Haters.
media?
No, haters. Haters start
Haters.
rumors. Haters. Haters that hate us start the rumor. They're followed by idiots.
Right.
One person says something, it's over. Haters start all the rumors. You know, talking about haters, a hater sees you walking on water, and do you know what he tells you? Oh, he just can't swim,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that's what's happening with the vaccine. The haters that don't agree with the vaccine are seeing the people getting saved and their life saved. You know what the haters are saying? Only because they don't like this government. You know, you know what they're saying? Oh, he can't swim. They
Right.
actually see walking on water and they say he can swim only because in their mind, either they can conceive it, they can digest it, or better yet, they are against it because they have an agenda.
Right.
Okay. So one person said the unvaccinated, that's all you needed. Because everybody copies everybody today. There's nobody that does their own stuff. Everybody is a copycat. You go on social media, you see all kinds of copycats.
Right. And
I
and
mean,
there's different reasons, between who gets vaccinated and who doesn't get vaccinated. For example, I'm personally right now not vaccinated, and it's directly under my doctor's opinion that he said that right now that he doesn't want me to get vaccinated. Because for those of you that know me, know I have like this blood issue going on, and he told me with the blood clots and everything like that, it's a risk. So he said, wait till another vaccine comes out. That's different, and then research it. And if you want to get it, then get it. He goes, but right now I don't recommend it. So that's exactly, he said. Just be careful. Other
Right.
people have other things going on where maybe they can't get vaccinated. So it's not only people, not getting vaccinated because of the government and everything. It's maybe there's issues there, or there's issues there, or people who do get vaccinated have had experiences where they lost a loved one. It's all up to the person that gets it. And then what you were saying, in regards to the haters are going to spread that hate, and it's going to cause a division. And I don't like that. I think as we should all just be able to get along and do whatever it is. That's it.
Right. Correct. Correct. I'm going to tell you something. It's really bad what's happening in our country. I'm really concerned about it. Like
Right.
everybody else, I'm Cuban, so I mean, Cuban people are usually Republican. I am not about that. I am what's right by America. Uh,
Okay.
I think Obama was okay. It was pretty good. I don't think he was terrible. I just the other presidents that are Republicans that I didn't like it, like this war that started in Iraq for no reason at all. When he was not part of 9/11 or none of that nonsense. Okay. So, I look at, the data first. I don't look at a party. Okay. But what's going to happen in this country? Both parties are so divided that those parties are not going to exist anymore. Okay. What's going to happen is going to be a whole different party here. And when that party shows up, the left and the right are going to wish they weren't born. Okay. I know I'm Cuban. I know what my father went through. I know what my family went through. I know the suffering. You talk about dividing, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be divided. So let's stop this kind of nonsense,
Right.
because this is a real, real man. Bad nonsense, It's crazy what's going on. And you know what? And that's what's happening to the rest of the world. Let's stop. The election's over. Let's forget about it. Now it's time to be united and give whoever's president a shot. Okay, give him the support. Maybe he could do a good job, or maybe he does a bad job. Who cares? You can't change that. So if you can't change something, why not give it a shot? We can't change it now. If we're all fighting out there and saying about Biden and saying about Trump, okay, and he gets removed, okay, I'll be the first one to say, you can't do that. So you're really saying something like this. I call it nonsense. Wasting time, unproductive, and talking nonsense. It's real nonsense. You know what I mean? It's not, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm looking at it as, come on, we're so busy. You know what, Arthur? In our house here in New York, I canceled cable.
Oh,
I
wow.
canceled cable because I don't want to hear the news. And I have a habit. I don't want to hear it because it's such a waste of time that if I want to hear news, I go to the British news because there they give you real reporting, and there I know. It's like getting like stupid already. And you know what? It's a shame that's happening to this country, but it is. Uh, it took years to get to this point, and they did a good job dividing the country. Whoever divided, I don't know if it was Democrats or Republicans. I don't really follow politics, but they
Mhm.
divided it. Now it's a direct effect of what's going on in this business, in the automotive business, and it's going to be a problem in the technology business. it's going to be a problem in the phones when you want to go get a phone. They're going to tell you the same thing. Well, the chips are back ordered. My phone got destroyed. I only had an 8 plus. I don't change phones that much. Destroyed,
Right.
right? And I didn't really want a Pro, the big one, right? I wanted the small one because I didn't need a big one anymore, right? It's too large, right? They didn't have it. They only had one phone. And I says, well,
Wow.
why? Oh, because the 13 are coming out, but we didn't have enough stock 3 or 4 months ago because of this chip thing. So it's
Wow.
hurting other industries, just not the car business.
Right. And there was a comment by Adam. It says our tech tracks us everywhere we go. Right. He's 100% correct. As long as you have a phone or a debit card, even your car's GPS.
Yeah. Everything's trackable, you know.
Right.
Everything's trackable. You know what's going on now? You got the unique computer address. So now it's not just tracking you, it's tracking whatever. Listen, there's so much technology out there for those people that don't understand. It really is. It really is, you know. And, you know, I didn't want a 5G phone,
Right.
but you know what? That's it.
That's
You know,
it.
yeah, you know how bad 5G is? I mean, I'm totally against the 5G technology, but it doesn't matter. It's getting like that, and it's getting more and more crazy, and technology is going at such a speed. It's a speed of lightning.
Right. Right.
You
Exactly.
know, the new iPhone is a little bit like Droid and a little bit like Apple. You know that, right? The operating system,
No, I had no
because
idea.
yeah, it's a lot. It's like really much harder. You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy now what's going on. You know, it's really nuts. So Arthur, tell me what you think, what the goals and everything. What how do you see the country? What do you think?
No, I mean, I think once we hit a certain number of vaccinated versus unvaccinated, the people that do get vaccinated, right now it's at 61%. And I think once that number starts climbing, I think it'll be all right. I think the segregation will stop eventually, and the people that get the vaccine versus not get the vaccine. So I don't see it being a long term thing. Um, it's just my opinion, but who knows?
Well,
You know
Arthur, you know, there's the whole thing with the car business about the inventory. So
that
we got
that I
to
don't see a long
concentrate.
term thing either.
I
You
got to
know,
say something about that. Private party sellers,
right?
go after them. You need inventory in your lot, go to Facebook Marketplace. You know why? You're going to get good inventory there. Real simple. Okay.
Yeah, and
Consumers don't know how the market is. They want a number for the car and that's it. And the
that's it.
market's so high right now that you guys can take opportunity. Put your BDC people, all right, and your admins on that. Give them a wish list of the cars you want and have them call the customers and bring them into the dealership. I got to tell you something. I know of a used car lot that's doing that and is getting cars left and right, working it and working and working it. Okay.
Right, and they're not
The
spending
auction, let me
in
tell you, the
trade.
auction, here's what the auction is. CarMax, the hands don't go down. Carvana, their hands don't go down. You're buying cars, but
Right,
they're driving the numbers of the car high. So think about another process. Private sellers go after that market, dealers
right,
after the
100%.
market. And if you go after that market, the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to sell a car. Okay? Because you're either going to buy that car that you got it sold or you're going to trade in that car. And in the trade, the numbers disappear. Okay? That's it. You
Yeah,
know, I want to talk about something, you know. This is pretty interesting what I came across. Do dealers think that when somebody fills out a lead, do they think that's a deal? Do they actually think that's a deal? They did a deal. It's an order taker form, like when you go order into a restaurant and you order, you know, ribs.
right.
That's done. Do they? Is that their perception?
I believe it is because
Yeah.
it's just an opportunity. It's not a
That's
guarantee.
all it is. And you got to work the customer. And salesmanship happens when you have a car that you can't sell because everybody's hot on it, that's all you got to tell the customers. Hit them with a high number, and now you convert them into another car.
That's it. As long as
Okay, so there's no salesmanship no more.
Wow.
I mean, there's actually no more salesmanship anymore. There's nobody selling cars, right? They're order takers.
It's just taking orders.
Right. There's nobody that I mean, I don't even know what's going on. Everybody wants leads how about this? How about I sell you 100 leads, and how about I put an entire team, right, in there, throw everybody out, and I sell the cars for you and give me 40% of the gross. How's that, Mr. Dealer? Would you want to do that? And that way you have conversion. Hire the right people. Hire a recruiting company like Automax, okay? Automax, hire them where they're going to train your people with the right. Stop hiring these guys that want to be trainers and don't really know.
Right.
You know, they've been training for 10, 15 years, and they're spinning from one place to the other place. There's no focus. So you're going to hire somebody that's had 30 different places that they've gone, and he's saying he's a trainer? What, are you kidding me? A trainer after 14 years, and he's not in the training business being successful. He's into every other thing and then comes back and forth. Come on.
Not knowing what they're doing. And it goes back to what you said earlier. I believe how the technology is just moving at a lightning pace, and they're just not up on that. And they're over here and they're over there and they're everywhere except for where they need to be.
Right. They're all spinners, you know, everything's spinning. Go hire companies. Go hire real companies. Sean B. Bradley's a real company, okay? That's a real company, you know. Jonathan Dotson, that's a real company. You know, I mean, these are real companies that have been in the training business forever, have an online training, have video. They're unbelievable, these guys. You know, these guys, I mean, this is Sean B. Bradley's unbelievable. I don't care what people say. I don't particularly like the guy either, but the guy's unbelievable. You can't say that guy is not a professional trainer, or he hires professional trainers, okay? Absolutely. Take a guy like Mark Rodriguez. He's unbelievable, that guy. That guy is really, really unreal, okay? Guy like Dr. John Minarchik, another unreal guy. There's really good guys out there. These guys that come in and out of the business and do this and do that and all this nonsense, you know? All this nonsense.
I think people just need to stop being order takers and just start being sales professionals.
Yeah, hire yourself real trainers. Dealers spend money. The lead costs you so much money. Now you spend money in training. Now you match them both together and you say what your ROI is. And when your ROI jumps off the ROI will jump off the Richter scale. Okay.
Right.
I have a friend of mine that's been in the car business a long time. Okay. A lot of years, 16, 17 years. I show him the whole thing of Shop Smart, this, that, the team shows him. He says, you know what I call this? The three-headed monster.
Right.
I said, why would you say that? He says, you generate the leads. You have our Polk and Company's platform to credit the leads. It's checking us out. And then you know where that car's being registered because you're tracking that a 12-month report.
Right.
And then if that doesn't work for the dealer, you also offer them training. Right. And not Richie Bello training, people that are really talented in the training world. That's what he told me. He said, oh, please, you know. So we have one of the best solutions out there. And we're a lead gen with a mobile app. I mean, whatever you want to say about me or whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me. I could care less, you know. Because bottom line is all you got to see is the product. That's it.
That's it.
And all you got to see is what's going on with it. You know, I really don't care. Okay. But dealers, just because somebody fills out an order, they're not going to do a deal. By the way, NADA, a couple of years ago, said 70% of the customers that fill out a form online, that's not the car that they buy. 70%.
70%.
Study out there. I'm going to post it, After I go on the road, I'm going to post that so you really see what's going on. It's
Yes,
unbelievable.
that's a high number. It's just like anything else. You go to Macy's for a brown pair of slacks and walk out with a
Let me
black pair of
answer this
jeans.
right here. So let me answer. So Melinda says yes, they do that, right? Event staff, and that's what I was saying. Direct mail does that. Dealers can't. They always had a problem. Direct mail came up with event staffing because they got direct mail, and you know what? I call it the whiners at dealership says. The people that say that the guy is walking on water only because he can't swim. Well,
Right.
the salespeople says these is bullshit. This is not going to convert. This is bullshit. They're coming in here for a key, or they're coming in here for a gift. This is
Right.
bullshit. It's an opportunity, guys.
Yeah,
Give me that opportunity, please. Put somebody in front of me that I got to give him $100 to talk to. Please find that person for me. Okay.
No, I hear. I hear.
Go ahead, find that person for me. I'll wrap him up in front of you. It'll take me 30 seconds, okay? Stop already. These guys are like unbelievable what goes on. They always complain about everything, okay? Learn how to sell. You know why they make that excuse? Because they have to add value by saying this doesn't work instead of saying, let me make this work.
Right.
Like, Walker, like you've done for the last 10 or 11 months, you've made it work. You've got in shops one and you've made it work. Okay.
Right.
You've earned, right? You've made it work.
That's it.
So that's where your talents are, right? You make shit work. It's not about being, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's
That's the same way, that it was on the floor and, in finance. There's an opportunity. Why waste the opportunity? Let's see what we can do with it. That's it. It's that
Listen,
simple.
in my team, the team that I have, we're not only in dealerships. We're in, and that we're in different sectors generating leads. The catering industry, the pharmaceutical, the medical. I mean, surgeons. It's marketing, right? So every other industry that we are, nobody says what there are. I actually got a catering hall that got a bunch of leads and fired his wholesale staff. Had 200 and something leads, and he fired the wholesale staff. Revamped, got new salespeople, and now he's rocking.
Right.
Because he had old school guys there that didn't know. That's the other thing. You got people that are old school that don't even know about a lead. Are so used to people walking in. There's no more walk-ins. There's not even a lot more phone calls. It's dropping. No. Listen, dealers, you got to wake up. Do you know, dealers, what you got to do? And I'm going to say this and I got to go. But let me say this. You got to get a rubber band, wrap it around your head, go like this, let it go, and hopefully you'll snap out of it.
Right.
Because you got COVID that came into town. You're not doing digital retail. Okay, you got automation on BDC, SMS, and emails. And just don't do SMS, Mr. Dealer, because it's like doing an ad and not doing a retargeting ad. You just do both. Right. Because the more times a customer sees your content, the higher of a conversion you got. All these geniuses with SMS. It's not about just SMS. Do both. Do SMS and email, because they see it on SMS and now they see it on an email. So wake up. Like I said, get a rubber band, wrap it around your head, go like this, bang, and snap out of it.
There you go.
On that note, have an awesome holiday, and everybody here, thanks a lot for being here, and have a great holiday. And remember something. You see somebody walk on water, don't say they can't swim. You don't know why he's walking on water, okay? Maybe you're right. He can't swim, but he found a solution to walk because he couldn't swim. You guys ever thought about that? That's called reverse engineer. All right. Hey, guys, have a good day. Take care.